Stop thinking about government contracts in this way. It's it's literally causing you to miss out on millions of dollars for your business. So my name is Melinda Colon, government contracting advisor, and most business owners, they treat government contracts like a lottery. They buy a ticket, cross their fingers and hope the bid hits. And that is why win rates stay stuck at less than 10% or between 10 and 15%, which is the industry average. My industry average, based off my clients' wins, is 74%. I mean, 10 to 12 to 74%. Like, which one would you choose? The other part of that you should know about me is that I've helped my clients achieve over $4.4 billion in government contracts. My clients are seeing the results of following a step by step proven process for winning government contracts. But I want to share with you today, these are the three things that I just have to share this with you because I want to make sure that you have the right information and not the wrong stuff. Like, we're in a season of stepping into serious business ownership. If you are buying a business or building a business, you're going to want to listen to what I'm going to share with you so that you might want to take some notes, okay? Because I'm going to be dropping some real value for you today. Now, if it's just how do you stop chasing bids? Because when you start chasing, like you're looking like, oh, where's the next opportunity that I can submit a price for, a proposal for? You're going to sam.gov and you're just like, oh, okay, so what's available to me right now? It's actually an amateur move. It's not really smart. The more strategic route is actually knowing ahead of time before those opportunities become a contract, become something that you can physically see and respond to. Well, how do you do that? Well, it's just too late. Like when you're looking at an RFP, an ITB, it's too late. There is a process. And if you don't know the steps to get to contract award, you're missing the mark. It's not about just diving in. In fact, I've spoken to a lady recently who won a contract. She called me frantically. Again, I still don't know how she got my number. And she called me frantically and she's like, Melinda, I won a contract. And I said, that's amazing. Congratulations. And she said, yeah, but the problem is I can't deliver it. And I said, okay, so who is it with? Like, what was the agency that you got awarded from? And she said, I don't know. I don't remember. I said, what are you delivering? She's like, I'm not really sure. And I said, okay, okay, so what's the problem? Well, I don't have funding. Well, the funding part is not an issue. We have plenty of partners. But more importantly, the question is, why don't you know who you're working with? Like in any scenario, if somebody is selling you something, wouldn't you want to know who you're buying from? Right? It's a know, like, and trust. Like, how much do they know about you? And it was a product based business. It was a product that she sold to the government. She had no experience selling. So she underbid because she wanted to be the cheapest and the lowest, which is a myth. And she didn't make any money on that contract, actually. She didn't make any money. She actually owed money on the contract, and I'm so fortunate. But we're helping her to do it the right way now. So, why isn't it so important to know ahead of time what they're buying? And I'm going to share with you a few tips so that you can actually apply it like right now, like today. And it's insane. It'll change the way you think about things and realize that the same information that you're listening to every single day and you're seeing it as a consumer is actually detrimental to your business growth. All right, so the real work happens before the post even exists. The government contracting opportunity even exists on SAM or any other state, local, federal, or education site. There is a strategy. I call it the GovCon sales strategy because the only thing that changes about your business is the sales and the marketing. Everything else stays the same. The operations stay the same. What you deliver stays the same. The system that you have created in your multi-million dollar business stays the same. The only thing that is different is how you sell and market to a government entity. It should save you a ton of energy and time, and realize that the future or your path to your next goal, your next revenue goal, your next business goals are a lot closer because you don't have to change your business. Okay. See, people prepare for certifications. They want to get their certifications. I need to get this, I need to get that. The reality is, and I'm just going to simplify it in case you have any questions about whether or not you need a certification to win government contracts. And if you don't need a certification to run your business right now, you don't need a certification to start winning government contracts. So if you're looking to get a minority women business enterprise certification or a veteran owned business education or certification, those are addeds. Like, it's not to get you, the more important thing is having merit, actually knowing that you can deliver the thing that they're asking for, and getting really crystal clear, as if you're watching it on a TV, exactly what you do and how you're going to deliver it. The clearer that you are in your proposal about what the outcome is for that agency, the higher the chance is that you will win. You see, most contractors go in and they just throw a whole bunch of things. They're like, I've been in a magazine and a newspaper, I've gotten all these awards. But here's the thing, none of that matters to a government agency. They see it as a nice to have, but it doesn't change the fact of whether or not you can actually deliver on the thing. Okay. Especially today, you can buy yourself into those roles. So having the experience to deliver. Well, Melinda, do I have to have a whole bunch of experience? No, you don't. You actually could go and start winning government contracts with one or two clients right now, but you know your system. If you don't have a system, I can help you with that. That's fine. But the truth is, this is the truth. This is how people grow and scale their business consistently with government contracts. Diversifying your revenue stream. So not saying goodbye to how you're making money now, adding it to your revenue streams, to a business so that it's stabilized and it becomes recession proof. This is how the top brands in the world, if you go and research the top brands in the world, and you can see that the majority of them they have a revenue stream of government contracts. So if you want to be a top brand in your market, your industry, well, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to diversify your revenue stream with government contracts. All right, so the second point I want to share with you are bids aren't documents, they're decisions. Bids aren't documents, they're decisions. So owners, they obsess over pages and check boxes. Evaluators buy, they don't buy the pages. So like if you think I need to have more pages, like there isn't a page limit to how you need to respond. A lot of people think, well, I'm just going to put everything in there. They're not looking for everyone. They're looking everything. They're looking for their responses to questions they asked. That's a huge challenge that many people have. You see, 24% of contracts, of actual submittals, people are submitting a bid or a proposal for a contract, they go non-compliant, meaning that they don't even get to the point where they can actually bid on the contract. They're sifted through, they realize that they haven't actually responded to the questions and what they're asking for, and then they're tossed out. Imagine working so hard, putting something together and getting tossed out. That's really painful. So, what we want to do is avoid that by answering the question. Just make sure you're responding to them, even if you don't have an answer. So if you don't have an answer, if it's just something that you're like, I don't know what the answer is, it's better to put non-applicable than to leave it blank. Okay. Especially on forms. If it's not something that you need to worry about. Like they ask for a question like, if are you like, do you have a partnership with another entity for this contract? And it's like, well, that's a no, right? This is not applicable. That question specifically not applicable. Some scenarios, you just need to make sure that you're using your best effort at hand. You don't want to just put not applicable everywhere and consider yourself compliant, because that's not the fact. That actually will get your score lower. So knowing a system, actually having a system and a strategy to win is really important. Otherwise, you're just chasing your tail in circles, trying to figure out what's on the end of it, and you never can get to it because you don't have a system. You don't have someone there partnered with you to help you out. So Because I have a marketing agency that specializes in proposal development, I have a different perspective on what wins. You see, because our clients are paying 5 to even 6 figures to get these answers that I'm sharing with you. They're getting someone to do it for them so they don't have to do it themselves. And what we're delivering is a corporate level brand material that is delivered to the government and that is helping them really communicate their message quite efficiently. One of my clients who is in the construction industry, she was brand new to government contracting. However, she's been in her business for 10 years. And she said to me, she's like, I we don't have any government experience. I said, no problem. So we looked through her projects that they completed in her business, and we pulled out what was most relevant for an opportunity that was best fit for her business. And the outcome is that she was awarded that contract. It was $7.5 million contract. Now, what does that mean? That means that we have a formula. We applied the same formula that I'm sharing a little bit about with you right now. But if you're interested in the full thing, come to the GovScale Insider Masterclass and you'll learn all of it. Okay. So she took that same proposal that we created for her and she said, Melinda, I want to go after another one. And let's go for another $7.5 million contract. And I said, sure, let's go ahead and do that. So we took that same proposal, we found a similar contract, and we were able to tailor it. So adjusting some of the language to fit that new opportunity and submit. Now, the first time it took a lot of time, right? Because we had to get the messaging right, we got to get the copy right, the graphics, the branding, the what makes them stand out, all of that stuff. We need to get all of that stuff correct first before we submit. Well, now we have something that works. So we take this thing that's working and we apply it again to win another contract. And of course, it turned into another $7.5 million contract. So in less than a year, she was able to increase the value of her business by $15 million. Now, why is this so important right now in today's market? Have you ever heard of the largest American wealth transfer in human history? That's happening right now. And a lot of people are not talking about it because I believe they're taking advantage of it. So I actually want to share that with you. Right now, there is a percentage of 23% of small businesses that are just either transitioning to another owner or closing shop. One of my friends who's a procurement officer, he said to me, I just lost three of my favorite contractors because they just retired. Do you know of anybody? In fact, this is a very common question I get in my LinkedIn DMs is, do you know anybody? Right. And of course, like if I do, I refer to them. But here's what I'm saying is that if you think, well, there's competition and I'll never get in and all those things, this is the time. In fact, they're more urgent about solving the problem they have of spending money on time than ever before. Because you see, how government contracts works is that there's a fiscal year, there's a start and an end. And imagine someone gives you a pile of money and says to spend it down to zero by the end of that timeline. Now you only have that amount of time. They're spending hundreds of millions and billions of dollars with their contractors, small, large, medium. And so in order to spend that money, well, what do they have to do? They have to put out opportunities, advertisements, and get that money spent. If there's no one to spend the money with, so your competitors don't exist, what do? They go out and they look for more competitors. And this is resulting in, and you'll see a lot of this, it's resulting in more rebids. Rebids. This is a writer downer. If you're looking for opportunities, a faster way is a rebid because that's saying, hey, we've raised our hand before and nobody's answered. So we're going to raise our hand again, meaning that your competition is not paying attention to those opportunities. How can you win those opportunities knowing that they're in dire need of responding to that contract? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So what do you do now? Like, since I've just given you a whole bunch of value, The next step is to come to the GovScale Insider Masterclass. The reason why it's called GovScale is because I want to help business owners scale their business with government contracts. And the insider knowledge is taking advantage of the opportunities that are being created for you right now. And if you don't know how to take advantage of it, well, and you try to do it yourself, well, you're going to miss it. There's, it's just math. It's just simple math. You don't know if it's there. It's kind of like, I believe the number one thing that people are struggling with is awareness and knowing that things are available for them. It's like there's a program available for you. There's government contracts that are available for you. Buying businesses is easier than ever before. There's loans available. There's different things. There's point relationships like contracts, contacts, everything available to you right now. But if you don't take action in getting there and actually getting the information, you're going to miss the mark. So how does it work? And just it doesn't matter what you're doing in every scenario, it works like this. In order to get to clarity, you first have to take action. And so once you have action, you take action, you have to first take action and you get closer to clarity. If you don't take action, you won't get clarity. But in order to get clarity, you have to make a decision. So that decision is important in order to get clarity. The clarity that you can get in terms of how to win government contracts is in the masterclass. So go to govscaleinsidermasterclass.com. It's in my profile or the description down below, and you can register for free to get your spot. If you upgrade to VIP, I'll tell you that anybody in VIP has always said to me, like, whoa, this is like an entire strategy session tailored to me for a fraction of the cost. You also get digital copies of my books, the M&A Playbook for Mergers and Acquisitions, as well as my digital copy of my guide to winning government contracts as well. So it's just packed with a lot of opportunities there for you. So all you have to do is go to GovScale Insider Masterclass, upgrade to VIP, and you'll get that access too. So I'll hope to see you tomorrow in the masterclass, and let me know, comments down below if you have any questions or would like me to address anything specific to your business. See you around.